Hey, everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all our content here at SportsMap HOU. Man, the Twins are making a big push for Carlos Correa. I don't know why he hasn't signed it. If they're giving him 8 years and 10 years, this is exactly what he's looking for. I don't know what the money – we're not sure what the money is. Which team in the AL do you least want to see Carlos on right now?
Yankees. That's just – I just don't want to see anyone that's Astros Yankees anymore. I don't want the Yankees to ever get to a point where they can beat the Astros. I love this angle. I love the angle of the big bad wolf, the Yankees, now can't get past the Houston Astros, and they know that little Jose Altuve has been their daddy for years. There's just something about Yankee fans, the belligerence, the fact that they think they're better than everyone, and they know in their hearts, there is no doubt now that they can't get past the Astros, and it's in their head. And I don't want them to ever get to a point where they're beating the Astros with former Astros. I think that's just the worst-case scenario.
I don't want him to go to the Yankees, but I would hate it more if he went to Seattle because I think Seattle's a better team. I think Seattle's a better organization. They're making better moves. They're smarter. They're doing a better job. They're in the division. Although you're going to play fewer games against your division opponents this year, but you're still. I don't know that Seattle's fighting the Astros for the division, but I do know that I think that they're a better situation, that they're a better team, and in the postseason, I don't want to see Carlos. I'd much rather see Carlos. Well, not much rather, but I'd rather see him on the Yankees. I don't want either of those two teams, but if you want to tell me who's better, Seattle's better than the Yankees, period.
Tell me about your prostate, and then when we come back, I got a question for you.
Well, my prostate is fine.
But don't tell me about your prostate. I actually don't want to know.
If you want to see, if you're older and you think that you have a prostate issue, then it's time to come and see Dr. Michelle Manavis, isn't it?
Going in is the first step, just speaking to one of us. Most of the time we hear incomplete emptying, urinary frequency, erectile dysfunction. Speaking to me about how this has been affecting your life is really the first step to finding the care that you actually need.
If you think you have an enlarged prostate, one place to go, 975prostate.com.
All right, now I have a question for you. Who would you rather see on Seattle, Justin Verlander or Carlos Correa? If one of those guys, and Verlander has not, that I know of, been linked to Seattle, but if you're afraid of the team in the division, would you rather see Verlander, who's only maybe got a couple years left, or Carlos, who would have 8 years?
I'd rather see Carlos on that team. He'll make a less impact in the postseason than Verlander will. Verlander, but Castillo, 1-2.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't like that at all. No, I don't want to see that at all. So if you're asking me, I think Carlos I would rather see on Seattle than listen, Verlander to the Yankees is not ideal. Verlander and Cole back together again. I'm not.
So Verlander to the Yankees and Carlos to Seattle is your worst case scenario.
Boy, that would suck. That would just be horrible. Verlander the Mets and Carlos stay with the Twins. I'm okay. What if it was Verlander to the Rangers and Carlos to the Dodgers? How would you feel? I would be fine with both of those.
Okay.
I would be fine with both of those would be just fine. Is Pena, the way that Pena played, is that a motivating factor for Carlos to join a contender?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he watched it happen at his position.
Do you think he was happy watching?
Yeah, I'd never thought about it. Maybe that is something. I'd never really thought about Carlos watching it happen with a young Carlos coming in who comes into the league, bigger muscles. He's got this. He's a pretty boy, does the hard stuff.
This versus this.
Bigger muscles.
Yeah.
Hits more home runs.
Yeah. He's more bowed up than Carlos.
And he got MVP.
Yeah. And he's single. And he had 10,000 proposals.
Remember that when he and Lance McCullers did this?
Salsa? He does all of that. Hey, with Lance McCullers, who's Carlos's best buddy.
I know. Oh man, that had to hurt. I didn't realize this whole season must have stung. And he played in Minnesota.
No, it stung. You know that he was.
That's why he's not signing his 8 to 10 year contract. He's like,
no, because he wants to go to a place where he can win and win big.
That's got to be.
How about sitting there watching all of those guys this offseason, celebrate all your buddies with their new wife, their new, younger, prettier wife in Pena, and you're there. You're the older wife who has to sit there and watch while you're winning championship and loving him so much, and he's the MVP, the new trophy wife.
I know.
It had to be awful for him.
He'll get an 8 to 10 year deal. He'll get $300 million.
Yeah,
He's going to be fine.
$300 million out of it.
He's going to be fine.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.